spinning. Jumper. Steve Steve puts Harvard on top. It's Harvard.
Unbelievable ending.
It's Harvard.
That was Harvard winning the one-game Ivy League playoff to earn a 4th straight trip to the NCAA tournament. And now we welcome in their head coach, Tommy Amaker. And Tommy, congratulations to your team finding a way to win another Ivy League title. With that in mind, let's rewind about 10 days ago when Harvard was beaten at home by Yale. At the time, how much of a chance did you give your team to go out and make the big dance?
Well, Jamie, first of all, thanks for having me on, and it was wonderful. Just brought a smile on my face just hearing the replay of that voice over there with that final play or the final shot that we made. But as you mentioned a few days ago, you know, we were in a position to play Yale at home, and with both teams tied, and we had a home game against them. They're a very, very good basketball team, and we think that, you know, with our team and their team being the two best teams in our league sharing the championship, being at home seemed like it was a great opportunity for us, but they were so tough. And then after that, you know, you're thinking, how is this going to play out for us in a way that can be positive? But we sort of said, could we dismiss that and not think about that? Can we focus and finish? And that's what we tried to do for our Saturday game versus Brown. And then as fate would have it, the door was open for us to have one more shot with a playoff game as Dartmouth beat Yale at Dartmouth. And now we've seen that in our league so much where you can't predict our league, and I'm sure like any other conference, you just have to do your best and play it all the way out, and you can't think it out. And I thought we did that in a magnificent way.
Well, you win the Ivy, and who do you get but North Carolina? How do you feel about playing the biggest rival from your playing days when you were at Duke?
Yeah, you know, that's 100 years ago now, so it's so far removed from those kinds of rivalries. But see, we know how great the tradition and the program and how Coach Williams and all the amazing things that North Carolina has done has been a part of through the years, and we have amazing amount of respect, and I personally, because of my history, as you mentioned. So, you know, we know the task in front of us is monumental, but we're so excited to have this opportunity, and knowing how good and great that they have been, and certainly how talented that they are, we know we have to almost come up with that kind of a perfect game.
Well, you mentioned your history with Duke. Not only played there, you were assistant there, part of a very impressive run with Coach K, 5 straight Final Fours, back-to-back titles. What things as a head coach do you take from what you learned from being there with Coach K?
Well, not enough, given you know how great he's been and what we're trying to do. But I think the main thing that we've always tried to do, all of his assistants and people that have played for him and have worked for him, is that, you know, he's an amazing communicator. And I've always thought about the 3 things that I think that great people do. I think they teach, they lead, and they serve. And I'm very hopeful that I'm trying to, you know, put myself in position to whatever level it means at the end of the day. But I'm just hopeful that I can do those 3 things, because he's done that as well as anybody that you can think of in any walk of life, to teach, to lead, and to serve.
Well, you've served Harvard very well so far. They've managed to advance to the round of 32 in each of the last 2 tournaments. How do you build on that experience as you prepare for this year?
Well, you know, what we have been able to do the last few years, and obviously we'll try to do the same thing, is that we'll really focus on remaining true to who we are. You know, we've thought a lot about, you know, through the years of building an identity and certain standards for our program. And as we have gone through these moments in the past, we have really stood by that, you know, strongly, and not to get away from it, not to deviate. That's been the goal for us, not to get caught up in expectations or in any way or form. Can we remain true to our identity and our standards that we've set for our program? And when we do those things, we know that at the end of the day, we'll feel good about us. Regardless of what the scoreboard may say, we'll feel good about who we are.
Well, best of luck. Thanks so much for your time. And that game against North Carolina coming up Thursday night, 7:20 Eastern. Tommy Amaker, head coach of Harvard. Thanks.
Jamie, thank you so much.